and it's a demonstration of how people of goodwill can work together, even in these troubled times in the world. And I have to say that things have not improved since your last convention a year ago. The world has become, it seems, more troubled rather than less. And so the importance of your pressure for peace, your seeking for peace for all, becomes even more important. And the need for people to pursue peace is greater than ever before. And I know that all the people who I talk to about the work that you do would wish you every success in your work, and I hope that you will, and I'm sure that you will, continue to strive for peace, and we thank you for your efforts. Thank you.
Mr. David Hammer.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker this afternoon is again from the political world and has become a very close friend of the community. He comes from Southall and in the recent parliamentary election stood as the Liberal Democrats candidate for Ealing and Southall. And by the grace of Allah, he did very well in the elections, although he did not get the seat, but he did extremely well. I'd like to invite Nigel Bakai to come and say a few words, please.
Mr. President, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nigel Bakai and I recently stood, as the President said, as the Liberal Democrat candidate in the parliamentary by-election in Ealing Southall, where a good number of Ahmadi friends from the London region came to help in my election campaign. Although I have also stood in the general election, it was my first really high-profile campaign, and I was really pleased with the progress we made in significantly reducing the Labour majority. May I start then with my sincere thanks to the Southall branch president, Mr. Sheikh Latif, and my long-time political colleague, Nasser Butt, for the invitation to join you here today. Though I have visited your Southall Mosque in Boyd Road, I find myself extremely privileged and honoured to be able to say a few words to the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community today. It's my first visit to the Ahmadiyya convention, and as somebody who works in logistics, I'm incredibly impressed by the sheer size of the operation and the smoothness with which you appear to have withstood the challenges of the British weather. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank you for all the help that you have given me over many years, arranged through my dear friend Nasser Butt, who has worked tirelessly both to promote the Liberal Democrats and the Ahmadiyya community. I really hope that we can continue to build the relationship between our two groups in the years ahead, because I believe it's important that people take part in politics. Your spirit of volunteering and service to the community is exemplary. Political parties, like any large community, have people coming from all backgrounds and interests. You may not share all our beliefs or agree with all our policies, but it's important that your interests are represented and you have a say in the way our country is shaped. Whether you have local concerns about the area which you live in or international concerns, for example, about the war in Iraq, it's important that you raise these issues at the highest level. It's more important that you join a political party as well, and we Liberal Democrats certainly need more Nasser Butts from your community. Finally, thank you once again for inviting me, for your help and your friendship. Assalamu alaikum.
Now, we've had a number of messages of goodwill from around the world, and I'm going to read you briefly the message of goodwill from the Vice President of the Republic of Suriname. And he's written to Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen and says, Your Highness, it is with great pleasure and honor that I address to Your Highness in my capacity as the Vice President of the Republic of Suriname at the occasion of the 2007 International Convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community in London. Suriname is an independent country lying at the north coast of South America, with population historically descending from different parts of the world and now living in brotherly peace and harmony. One of our characteristics is the existence of different religions, cultures, which are being executed in tolerance and harmony. One of our high appreciated religion is Muslim and its different nuances. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community has its own place in the national sphere of the religion in the total community. We are therefore highly satisfied and proud that the delegation of Suriname Ahmadi community will participate in the International Convention in 2007. May I take this opportunity to extend to Your Highness and the world of Ahmadiyya my sincere hope for a successful convention in which high spiritual goals and the objectives of your community will be central of deliberation, leading all of you under the guidance of His Highness Khalifatul Masih V to a better and peaceful and harmonious society. I wish Your Highness the supreme blessings in your sacred work and endeavours in the convention in London. And this has been signed by the Vice President of the Republic of Suriname. Our next guest this afternoon is representing the Ambassador of the United States. Michael Macy is the cultural attaché at the Embassy of the United States of America, and he has attended a number of events within the Jamaat previously. He was posted in London in 2005, prior to which he served in a number of countries, including Afghanistan. He's a good friend of the community, and I'd like him to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Muhammad Rasulullah.
Michael, just hold it as he just arrived. So if you just bear with us 1 second, you can
Muhammad Mustafa, Hazrat Khatamul Anbiya, Islam Ahmadiyya, Salam Ahmad ki, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih, Ahmadiyya, Khidmat-e Insaniyat, Takbir.
I'm really not sure there's anything else to say. All I can express is my gratitude for being in the presence of His Holiness and for being in the presence of all of you. It seems that most of my life I have spent looking for a home where people joyfully live their faith and give of themselves. And that search originally brought me to reading the Holy Quran when I was young, and I don't know that I understood any of it. I'm older now, and I think what I've learned is that, to me, in my heart, Islam really means peace. But to know that, I have had to see it reflected in the hearts of the Muslim community. And I've been blessed by having had that experience.